In the early morning, the first rays of sunlight flood her private riding arena, gilding the fine white sand and stone walls of the enclosed ring. Drawing on aristocratic tradition, her daily schedule is regimented and precise. For example, Pyongyang's elite Mirim Riding Club covers some 650,000 square meters and offers both indoor and outdoor training rings, setting a tone of grandeur for her own preparations. Master grooms meticulously clean bridles and adjust the saddles as the young heiress, atop a procession of white Arabian steeds, canters around the ring with practiced grace. South Korean intelligence even reports that horseback riding that is one of her favorite pursuits and that she is very good at it, a testament to the uncompromising discipline behind each elegant movement she makes in the saddle. Curated luxury fashion access. In her private dressing chamber, the heiress's wardrobe resembles a secret high-fashion salon. Elegant evening gowns and cocktail dresses from global luxury houses hang on custom racks, embroidered silk gowns by Chanel, and tailored suits by Giorgio Armani among them. A team of personal stylists pores over international lookbooks, placing secret orders through shell companies and even friendly embassies. With UN sanctions barring most luxury imports, each new couture piece must slip through clandestine channels, hidden diplomatic pouches, trusted couriers, or black market networks. Analysts note that North Korea's shadowy Office 39 is tasked with securing such banned luxury items for the regime's inner circle, ensuring that her wardrobe remains stocked with the latest high-end fashions. The world inside these walls feels almost otherworldly. Under crystal chandeliers, dark marble floors gleam, and shelves heavy with leather-bound books rise like silent sentinels. Plush emerald armchairs and heavy velvet draperies soften the grandeur, while gilded frames and polished vases catch the candlelight. Visitors have reported that each room shines with ornate furnishings, deep plush carpets, and fancy chandeliers, a testament to opulence beyond imagination. Every corner whispers of power, the hush of each footstep, the gleam of every polished surface, seems to speak of an authority that brooks no interruption. The dusty volumes and thick curtains suggest history is stored here, carefully cataloged beneath layers of gold and velvet. Off the eastern shores, their Wonsan estate rivals the luxury of Mar-a-Lago. Manicured lawns give way to turquoise pools and pristine tennis courts, and a private soccer pitch adjoins the undulating curves of water slides. Palm trees and flowering hedges line the property, incense to the ocean breeze that drifts through. Beyond the white sand, a full-size sports stadium rises like a relic of power. It stands empty except for the architects of this secluded realm. At twilight, hidden lights trace the edges of pathways, and the pools turn liquid gold under the setting sun. When the family tires of this sunlit fortress, they move in lockstep through a hidden network. Some 15 other palaces and villas are linked by underground tunnels and rail lines, a secret lattice built to evade the prying eyes of orbiting satellites. Cameras have occasionally caught a glimpse of this hidden life. During a recent missile launch event, state media released images of the leader walking hand in hand with a young girl. In the photograph, her crisp white coat and bright red shoes stand out against the gray concrete, a deliberate hint of innocence amid thunder. Analysts say these staged moments are meant to humanize the regime. In them, she appears calm and included, as if affirming that this carefully crafted life is in fact normal. Each frame snapshot is a calculated message. Behind the missiles and military might, there is family, continuity, and the next generation prepared. Even beyond the castle walls, signs of power prevail. Reporters note that the compound's subterranean command center is fortified with lead-lined walls and steel reinforcements to survive a nuclear blast. Electric fences and minefields ring the perimeter, with checkpoints at every turn. When the family moves, they do so in an armored convoy, black Mercedes sedans flanked by heavy military trucks and SUVs, motorcyclists at the flanks. Sirens wail as they go, and even ordinary traffic gives way. Overhead, drones and helicopters hover like silent guards. Every journey is a procession of steel, a visible display of the regime's grip on power, shrouded in practical necessity. Even the sun seems to bend around them, Tinted windows keep their silhouettes obscure, and the glare off the vehicles makes them ghosts on the road. Despite the regime's paranoia, the girl's daily life is far from austerity. Dozens of nannies and housekeepers attend to her every need, ensuring she lacks nothing. Analysts note that she is showered with affection by both parents. In fact, photographs show her confidently holding her father's hand, a deliberate portrayal of a normal family man. In the morning, she might awaken to breakfast served on fine china, delicate pastries and exotic fruits presented under a glass dome. Afternoons could find her in a playroom, surrounded by toys modeled after palaces and symbols of the dynasty. At dinner, the family dines on imported delicacies, seated under crystal lights as a string quartet plays quietly nearby. The regimen is lavish but exacting. Even her games carry lessons, and the only laughter heard beyond these walls is carefully curated. Hints about her future education sometimes emerge. Analysts suggest that for security, she will not study abroad, unlike the country's former leader, who attended school in Europe. Instead, she likely attends a private academy within Pyongyang or within the palace grounds. Tutors from the party will teach her languages and science behind locked doors. A high-ranking official might give her lessons in history, ideology, and leadership. At night, however, she is said to have more windows on the world than ordinary citizens. Elite families reportedly tune into foreign news channels and Western films, unlike anyone else. Behind those screens, the princess may learn of the wider world in secret, absorbing knowledge of other places that no one else in her country will see. Education for her is power, wrapped in velvet drapery, a vision of the outside learned in whispers and midnight textbooks. So far, Kim Jong Un's daughter remains a portrait of contradiction. Utterly secluded, yet on display. A child wrapped in fairy tale luxury, yet born into one of the world's most secretive states. Will she one day succeed her father, or will she forever be a symbol of the dynasty's reach? On her reflection in gilded mirrors now lingers the innocence of youth. In years to come, perhaps the weight of expectation. But for now, her world is defined by corridors of power and hallways of silence, by plush interiors and armored convoys. A life lived in plain sight, yet guarded by mysteries that few can penetrate. On a September morning, Kim Jong Un's armored train glides quietly into Beijing. When its door opens, state television cameras capture a young girl in a dark coat, the leader's daughter, stepping out right behind him. She walks directly in his shadow as North Korean embassy officials would bow low to greet them. South Korean intelligence sources later reported that the two retreated straight into the North Korean embassy compound, avoiding any public appearances. Even the waste from their trip was handled with extreme care. A special cargo jet was used to carry it all away, ensuring no biological traces were left behind. Any other overseas trip for her would be equally secretive. Kim Jong Un is known to travel on a personal jet. For example, Reuters noted his plane departing Pyongyang for Singapore in 2018, and it is assumed she would fly the same way on foreign visits. According to South Korean intelligence, strict measures were taken during the China trip. Every room was pre-checked, and even the trash was flown out on a government cargo plane. In practice, this means she would ride in black car motorcades and occupy only the most secure accommodations. Sealed embassy suites or presidential hotel floors, completely shielded from outside view. On camera, she appears as a VIP child, accompanying her father, but behind the scenes, every step is choreographed to keep her isolated from prying eyes. By nightfall, the convoy of black limousines slips back behind the gates. Lights along the shoreline fade one by one, and the villa's corridors return to their disciplined quiet. In the final frame, a room remains perfectly arranged, a book left open, a pair of shoes by the threshold, a curtain barely moving. Along the armored rails, the moon's reflection passes. By morning, the route may lead to another capital, another hotel floor, another secured corridor. The protocol will repeat its choreography: cleared elevators, sealed rooms, removed waste. All that's left in public view is a silhouette, a child growing up between privilege and protocol, comfort and control. Some would call it a home. Others would call it a fortress. When the gates close, the questions stay outside and the story continues in silence. If this cinematic look at hidden luxury resonated with you, Consider subscribing and ringing the bell to catch the next episode.